What if I told you that your greatest enemy has never been bad luck, difficult people, or the unfairness of life? What if the force holding you back has been living quietly inside your own mind all along? Every morning, you promise yourself you'll change. You'll wake up earlier. You'll stay focused. You'll stop procrastinating. You'll become stronger. But when the moment arrives, comfort wins, and another day slips away. Days become months. Months become years. Until one day, you look at your life and wonder where all your potential disappeared. Here's the painful truth. Most people are not defeated by the world. They are defeated by the inability to govern themselves. That is why the Stoics believed that self-discipline is the highest form of freedom. A person who cannot command their own thoughts, emotions, and actions will forever remain a prisoner, even if the entire world calls them successful. Hello everyone, welcome to the Stoic Hypnosis channel. In this video, you'll discover 7 timeless Stoic principles of self-discipline that have forged resilient minds for centuries. These are not motivational tricks or temporary habits. They are mental laws that help ordinary people become unshakable in the face of temptation, adversity, fear, and failure. Stay until the very end, because the final principle is the one that separates those who merely dream about greatness from those who quietly build it, one disciplined decision at a time. Now, let's get started. Principle 1. Discipline begins when motivation ends. Most people spend their lives waiting to feel motivated. They tell themselves, I'll start tomorrow when I feel ready. I'll wake up early when I have more energy. I'll work harder when life becomes easier. But tomorrow has a habit of becoming next week, then next month, and eventually another wasted year. The Stoics understood a truth that modern society often forgets. Motivation is an emotion. Discipline is a decision. And emotions are among the least reliable things you can build your life upon. Some mornings, you will feel inspired. Most mornings, you won't. The person who depends on motivation succeeds only when life is comfortable. The person who depends on discipline succeeds even when life is painful. Marcus Aurelius did not wake each day expecting to feel inspired to rule an empire. He reminded himself that his duty existed whether he felt like fulfilling it or not. That is the difference between ordinary people and extraordinary ones. Ordinary people ask, how do I feel today? Disciplined people ask, what must be done today? One question follows comfort, the other follows purpose. The truth is, your future is not built by the days when everything feels easy. It is built by the mornings when you're tired, by the evenings when you want to quit, by the moments when no one is watching, applauding, or encouraging you. Every time you choose action over excuses, you cast one more vote for the person you are becoming. Discipline is not about making one heroic decision. It is about making hundreds of quiet decisions that no one sees. Because every small promise you keep to yourself strengthens your character. And every promise you break teaches your mind that your own words cannot be trusted. The battle is never against the task before you. It is against the voice inside you that whispers, you can do it tomorrow. Defeat that voice often enough, and eventually it stops speaking. Principle 2. Master your mind before you try to master your life. Most people believe their biggest challenge is the outside world, their job, their finances, their relationships, their circumstances. But the Stoics saw something far deeper. Your external life is often a reflection of your internal condition. A restless mind creates a restless life. An undisciplined mind creates an undisciplined future. You cannot build a peaceful life while allowing every emotion to control your decisions. One moment you're excited, the next you're discouraged. One criticism ruins your confidence. One failure convinces you to give up. When your emotions become your master, your life becomes unpredictable. The Stoics never taught people to suppress emotions. They taught people not to surrender to them. There is a profound difference. Anger will visit you. Fear will knock on your door. Doubt will whisper in your ear. But none of them deserve to become the ruler of your mind. Imagine your mind as a kingdom. Every impulse is a visitor asking for permission to take the throne. Most people hand over the crown without resistance. The disciplined person does something different. They pause, they observe, they question. Is this thought true? Will this emotion help me become the person I want to be? If I follow this impulse, where will it lead me? That brief moment of awareness changes everything. Because self-discipline is rarely about controlling the world. It is about refusing to let temporary emotions make permanent decisions. The strongest mind is not the one that never experiences fear. It is the one that calmly looks fear in the eyes and chooses wisdom anyway. Before we move on to the next principle, pause for just a moment. Ask yourself this: how many times have you blamed life when the real battle was happening inside your own mind? Self-discipline is not something you are born with. It is something you build. One decision, one habit, and one victory at a time. If these Stoic lessons are helping you see yourself more clearly, subscribe to the channel and join a community of people who are choosing discipline over excuses, wisdom over impulse, and inner strength over temporary comfort. Now, let's continue. Because the next principle may completely change the way you see discomfort and why it could become your greatest advantage. Principle 3. Embrace discomfort before life forces it upon you. Most people spend their lives avoiding discomfort. They avoid difficult conversations. They avoid hard work. They avoid rejection. They avoid failure. They avoid anything that makes them feel temporarily uncomfortable. It seems harmless at first. After all, comfort feels safe. It feels familiar. But comfort has a hidden cost. Every time you choose comfort over growth, you quietly weaken the part of yourself that was meant to become resilient. The Stoics knew something that remains true today. If you refuse to choose discomfort voluntarily, life will eventually choose it for you. No one escapes hardship. No one escapes loss. No one escapes uncertainty. The only question is whether you will meet those moments as someone who has prepared or someone who has spent years hiding from difficulty. This is why Stoic philosophers deliberately practiced voluntary discomfort. They walked instead of riding. They accepted simple meals instead of luxurious ones. They trained themselves to live with less, not because they hated comfort, but because they refused to become dependent on it. Dependence creates fear. Fear creates hesitation. And hesitation often costs us the opportunities that could have transformed our lives. Think about the strongest people you know. Rarely were they shaped by easy years. They were shaped by challenges they refused to run from. Every difficult workout strengthens your body. Every honest conversation strengthens your character. Every disciplined decision strengthens your mind. Discomfort is not your enemy. It is your teacher. The pain you willingly accept today often becomes the strength that protects you tomorrow. Do not ask for an easier life. Become the kind of person who can carry heavier responsibilities without breaking. Because the strongest steel is never created in comfort. It is forged in fire. Principle 4. Focus only on what you can control. One of the greatest thieves of discipline is wasted attention. Every day, people exhaust themselves worrying about things they have no power to change. They worry about other people's opinions. They replay old mistakes. They fear uncertain futures. They become emotionally trapped by circumstances they cannot control. And while their minds are occupied by all of this, their real life quietly passes them by. The Stoics built their philosophy upon one life-changing distinction. Some things are within your control, most things are not. Your thoughts, your choices, your habits, your effort. These belong to you. The weather does not. The economy does not. The behavior of other people does not. The past certainly does not. Yet how much of your life has been spent fighting battles against things that never asked for your permission in the first place? Imagine carrying a backpack filled with heavy stones. Each stone represents something outside your control, someone's criticism, a missed opportunity, an unfair situation, a painful memory. You carry them everywhere, believing they somehow make you stronger. But they don't. They simply make the journey harder. Discipline begins the moment you decide to set those stones down, not because they never mattered, but because they no longer deserve your energy. Your attention is your most valuable resource. Where you invest it determines the direction of your life. Spend it on excuses, and excuses will grow. Spend it on fear, and fear will become familiar. Spend it on daily action, and your future will slowly begin to transform. The disciplined mind does not waste energy asking, "Why is this happening to me?" It asks, "What can I do with what is in front of me today?" That single shift in perspective separates victims of circumstance from masters of their own lives. Principle 5. Guard your time. Like your life depends on it. There is one thing every human being receives in equal measure: 24 hours. The rich cannot buy more of it. The powerful cannot negotiate for more. The wise cannot recover what has already been lost. Time is the only currency you spend without ever seeing your balance. And that is exactly why most people waste it. Not all at once, but one distraction at a time. One unnecessary scroll. One meaningless argument. One promise to start tomorrow. Years later, they wonder why their dreams never became reality. The Stoics treated time differently. To them, every sunrise was a reminder that another piece of life had already been spent. Seneca wrote that it is not because life is short that we have little time. It is because we waste so much of it. Read those words again. The problem is rarely a lack of time. It is a lack of intention. Every yes you give to something unimportant is a silent no to something that truly matters. Every hour spent chasing distractions is an hour stolen from the person you could become. Protect your mornings. Protect your focus. Protect the quiet moments when your mind is capable of doing meaningful work. Because the quality of your life is shaped by how you spend ordinary days, not extraordinary ones. Do not ask where the years have gone. Ask where today's hours are going. For that answer will quietly reveal the future you are creating. Time is not simply passing. It is becoming your life. Spend it accordingly. Principle 6. Keep the promises you make to yourself. There is a kind of betrayal that leaves no visible scars. No one sees it. No one talks about it. But it slowly destroys a person's confidence from within. It happens every time you make a promise to yourself and quietly break it. I'll start on Monday. I'll wake up early. I'll stop making excuses. I'll become the person I've always wanted to be. The promise feels sincere in the moment, but when the moment of action arrives, comfort whispers louder than commitment. At first, it seems insignificant. After all, no one else knows, but your mind knows. Your character knows. Every broken promise sends a dangerous message to yourself. My words don't matter. My goals can wait. I cannot trust myself. And over time, self-doubt is not created by failure. It is created by repeated inconsistency. The Stoics believed that character is built through repeated action, not repeated intention. Your identity is not defined by what you dream about. It is defined by what you repeatedly do. Imagine two people. One makes ambitious plans every week, but rarely follows through. The other sets small, simple goals and keeps every single promise. Who will become stronger after 5 years? Not the one with bigger dreams, the one with deeper integrity. Self-discipline begins with self-trust, and self-trust is earned one promise at a time. Start small. Read 1 page. Exercise for 10 minutes. Wake up when the alarm rings. Finish what you begin. These actions may appear ordinary, but they send an extraordinary message to your subconscious. I can depend on myself. Once you truly believe those words, something remarkable happens. You stop waiting for motivation. You stop looking for external validation. You stop doubting whether you are capable, because your confidence is no longer built on hope. It is built on evidence. And there is no stronger foundation than a person who has learned to trust their own word. Principle 7. Conquer yourself, and the world can no longer defeat you. There is a reason why the Stoics never measured strength by physical power. Muscles grow old, wealth disappears, status changes, even empires eventually fall. But there is one victory that time cannot erase: the victory over yourself. Every morning, you wake up with 2 voices inside your mind. One whispers, "Stay where it's comfortable. You've done enough. Rest a little longer. You can begin tomorrow." The other speaks much more quietly. "Stand up. Keep your word. Do what is necessary. Become who you promised yourself you would become." The tragedy is that most people spend their entire lives listening to the louder voice, the easier voice, the familiar voice, and without realizing it, they slowly surrender control of their future. The Stoics believed that every day is a battlefield, not against other people, not against fate, but against your lower nature, against laziness, against fear, against pride, against anger, against the endless desire for comfort. This battle never ends, and that is exactly why it is worth fighting. Because every victory over yourself creates a version of you that is harder to shake, harder to tempt, and harder to break. Think about the people you admire most. It is rarely their talent that inspires you. It is their consistency, their calmness under pressure, their ability to keep moving when life becomes difficult. Those qualities are not gifts. They are earned. One disciplined choice at a time. Every time you rise after failure, instead of making excuses, you win. Every time you remain calm when others lose control, you win. Every time you choose purpose over pleasure, you win. And these victories may seem invisible to the world, but they are transforming you from the inside. One day, people will look at you and say, "You're so strong, you never seem to give up." Nothing seems to break you. They will think your strength appeared overnight. They will never see the thousands of quiet battles you fought in silence. The mornings you chose discipline over comfort. The nights you kept going when no one was watching. The moments you refused to betray your own values, even when it would have been easier. That is how an unbreakable mind is built, not through one extraordinary act, but through ordinary acts repeated with extraordinary consistency. Conclusion. True self-discipline is not about becoming perfect. It is about becoming someone who refuses to surrender to comfort, excuses, or fear. The Stoics understood that an unbreakable mind is not built in moments of success, but in the quiet decisions no one else ever sees. Every disciplined choice, no matter how small, shapes your character and brings you one step closer to the person you're capable of becoming. In the end, the greatest victory is not over other people. It is waking up each day and becoming stronger than the person you were yesterday. If there is one lesson to carry with you, let it be this: stop waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment has never existed. Your future is being built by the choices you make today, not someday. Remember, no one else can build your discipline for you. No one else can govern your mind. That responsibility and that privilege belongs entirely to you. If today's video inspired you to take control of your life through Stoic wisdom, be sure to subscribe to the channel and become part of a community committed to building stronger minds, deeper resilience, and lasting self-mastery. Every week, we'll explore timeless principles that have guided great minds for centuries, lessons that can help you live with greater clarity, courage, and purpose in the modern world. Thank you for taking the time to watch until the end of the video. See you in the next videos.